What's going on, guys? It's your boy, JaceIsJumbo. That's all the energy I have. So, that's it. Sorry you had to see that. Dogs are man's best friend. And I feel like most people around the United States, at the very least, have a dog in their home, or at least have had a dog in their home. They're very cool. I mean, the idea of having this cute little furry animal thing that just kind of lives around your house and just lays around your home, and it just kind of like, you give him food and they give you love, and that's it. I mean, it's mutually beneficial for everyone involved, and it's just a good time all around. Pets are so weird now that I think about it. Just this wild animal that would definitely die out in the wild if I just let him go, but luckily I'm not gonna do that. He's my favorite person. Look at him, he's Bucket. Look at Bucket. Bucket says hi. This was him. He was wearing a Santa hat. He's very cool guy. He was born without the use of one of his eyes, and it's pretty cool. We named him Bucket. But there's a very strange TikTok trend going on right now, and I gotta say, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun just to think about. So if you haven't seen the trend, it's essentially man versus dog. That's it. You being the man. Obviously, we're men. I mean, look at you. You're a man. Look at those muscles. Have you been working out, my man? Oh my God. Okay, you need to shower a little bit, but hey, keep it up. And then you, a manly man that's been working out, versus a dog. It's almost like a game on how high up a dog could you go. But a lot of people are also saying, like, they could be any dog breed in the world, and that's pretty much where, like, it's not really a controversy. It's just kind of a conversation about people being like, obviously you can't beat every single dog in the world, and then there's this group of guys that are like, obviously I can beat every dog in the world, no problem. And I gotta admit to you, sports fans, I'm in that second group. I believe I could beat 99.99% of dogs in the world. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because I want to show you some of the videos that brought it to my attention. And I gotta admit, some of these videos, the guys make good points, okay? This is what made me believe I could take on pretty much any dog, because they kind of convinced me. I'm gonna show you the ones that, you know, kind of came on my radar. I forgot to mention that this was the video that kicked everything off. If you look in the comments of this video, you'll just see a whole bunch of people saying, nah, I'd win. Nah, I'd win in this fight, no problem, easy peasy. And this is kind of the genesis. This is what kicked it off.
I know me. As soon as that dog run up, I'm putting him in the headlock, grabbing him by his foot, and with no hesitation.
I'm not losing to a dog, 1v1, no matter the dog breed, nothing. I'm not losing 1v1 to the death. I'm not losing to a dog. I am going to break, bro. I'm going to destroy that dog, bro. It might be a little aggressive, but shit, hey, I'm aggressive too. Now, don't get me wrong. I have seen some dogs lock jaw and not come off somebody, but that person wasn't really fighting back, bro. You gotta choke that motherfucker out.
Mano y mano fight to the death? It's inevitable. The dog is gonna bite me. It's probably gonna take my whole arm, but I'm taking his life. You really only have one thing to worry about with a dog. It's not like we're talking about a monkey, even a kangaroo. Yes, dogs are agile and fast, but all they're banking on is that bite. Bite me. Bite me. I'm about to choke you out so bad.
I'm tired of the man versus dog debate. I'm a man. I've seen a dog. If we're talking a fight to the death with a real life type of dog that exists, that you've seen a guy walking in real life, I'm winning every time, okay? I have hands with opposable thumbs. I'm picking it up. I'm slamming it. I'm throwing elbows. I'm dropping knees. I'm gouging eyes. I'm choking. I'll do whatever I have to do. It's a fight to the death. I'm walking away. Second of all, after I get hurt, I'm going to get in my human car and go to the people hospital where I'm going to get fixed up. And I'm going to do that after I've picked this dog up and slammed it into the earth's mantle 1 billion times.
Ref! Do something! Do something, Ref!
Pretty convincing stuff. I'm saying, I kind of believe him now at this point. I think, you know, with the right motivation, I could take on any dog. However, there's always going to be people that say, no, you very much overestimate yourself. And they're probably right. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're probably right.
I'm here to tell you, as a veterinarian who has worked with all different types of dogs, different sizes, breeds, shapes, whatever the case may be, you're not winning that battle, bro. you're not winning that battle. Like, I can guarantee it. And I don't know what type of ego trip we got going on as a gender on this app right now, but cut it out, because you're not beating a Kangol. None of you are beating a American Bully. None of you are beating a Doberman. None of you are beating an Akita. You're not beating a Malinois. You're not beating a Rottweiler. Any of those large breed dogs, you're getting washed, bro. I can guarantee it.
I will grant that the average man can take like a regular mid-tier dog, like a snickerdoodle or some was a stupid name like that. But the idea that like because adrenaline, the average guy is going to contend with like a Cane Corso or like a Kangol, something that's like 150 pounds of muscle and teeth, the average man can't run. If you don't have core stability, you're not gonna like jujitsu your way out of 700 pounds of bite force. That thing is French kissing your jugular, and there's nothing you can do about it.
If you're not ready to handle a wolf like this, you ain't ready to match up with a Mastiff. It's a furry weapon of mass destruction with roots in the Himalayas, and they're one of the oldest breeds of dogs. At 140 pounds of fluffy fur coat, the Wolfie Mammoth will ruin you physically and financially. It's a Mastiff that'll have you mad stiff, rigor mortis. You are not beating a Dogo Argentino. Great dog to have, highly intelligent, very loyal, a real dog's dog. Horrible dog to have beef with. The Flex of Argentina was bred to hunt wild boars and peccaries, and a butt-naked pale ape would be nothing. One Dogo murked a mountain lion that was threatening his 2 human girls. Same dog that'll read your kids a
convincing stuff. Some of those guys, like, they made me waver in my confidence. I gotta tell you, I'm still taking that fight. I'm still kicking ass, and I'm eating dog for dinner. That's a joke, by the way. I don't want to eat dog. I wouldn't eat dog if given the opportunity. I just wouldn't want to do that. And yes, look, I know that's kind of like maybe a little like egotistical, but in the name, right in my name, Jace is Jumbo. I'm a very large man. Right now, I am 6'5", 300 and roughly 310, 315 pounds. I am a very large dude. I am in the 99th percentile of size for the human race. The biggest dogs are maybe, if you really stretch it, getting to 200 pounds. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok say, yeah, well, there's this one breed that like is like a legendary Pokemon. It's like I'm going against fucking Entei or something like that that weigh like 300 pounds and they're pure muscle and super fast. My ass. However, we're gonna go through it right now. Let's go through the checklist of whether or not I could take out any dog, okay? Real quick, I want to make this absolutely known. I don't want anyone attacking dogs, right? This is a purely fun, hypothetical thing. I really hope this is just a TikTok trend that stays on TikTok as just hypotheticals, people having fun with it. Don't fight dogs. Even if you want to like prove your macho manliness, it's just going to hurt the dog for no reason. That's just confused and scared. And you're just going to take unnecessary damage or even possibly die if you overestimate yourself. Don't fucking mess with dogs. This is just a goofy internet thing. Even if someone says, oh no, you can't, you're overestimating yourself, and you get your little ego bruised, don't pick a fight with a big ass dog. Please. So I believe the best way to do this is to like, let's separate the dogs into 3 tier groups, right? Obviously, we're gonna do it by size. And at the smallest tier, I'm gonna call this tier the puntable tier, because obviously you got ones like Chihuahuas, Shih Tzus, pretty much any ankle biter, anything that like, anything that doesn't come up to your knee, pretty much any human should be able to take that dog in a fight. That's the tier 1. That's tier 1 puntable. All you gotta do is flex your leg twice and send that thing flying 30 yards. So tier 2, I'm gonna put like medium-sized dogs. You know, these are dogs like maybe poodles, like Dalmatians, maybe even like Labradors, you know, Labs. They're all kind of maybe somewhat in that middle range. I don't think many of them come up to like most people's waist. A lot of people probably stop here, realistically. I mean, it's not super small. It's not gonna be an easy fight for most people, but I feel like a lot of capable people would be able to take on this dog breed. Tier 3. Now, these are the challengers. These guys are the big boys, right? These are the pit bull breeds, the mountain dogs, the Great Danes, the German Shepherds, the big-ass dogs that are actually athletic and work dogs, right? They're strong, they're fast. This is where 99% of people would probably stop. And I think this is a good place to stop and kind of just point out the benefits of both sides, right? The benefits for dogs. Let's do dogs first. Dogs, very, very powerful bite. And they have canines that obviously sink into teeth. And don't count out their claws, right? We've all probably been scratched by a dog or a puppy just playing. That shit can hurt. They're very fast. Some are very smart, right? Sometimes their instincts take over. They sometimes they'll even go right for the neck if it's open for them, And a lot of dogs are really strong, like a lot stronger than most people realize. I mean, hell, even think about taking your dog for a walk. If you have a bigger dog breed and it sees like a rabbit or a squirrel or something, it tries to go after him. Think about how hard you gotta come on. I don't think a lot of people are beating a German Shepherd, right? That's like the canine dog, the police unit dog. I don't think most people are getting past that. Now let's talk about the disadvantages for the dogs. The dogs only have their mouth. They only have the bite force, and that it is deadly. If it gets on your neck, count your days, you're fucking dead. See ya, GG, good luck in the next round. However, that is their main attack. That is what they're gonna do. They're gonna come after you, they're gonna bite you. Second disadvantage, and this is gonna, spoiler alert from when I go over humans, they don't have thumbs, and if you get behind them, or if you get that gruff, that skin in the back, they're gonna have a very hard time trying to get you. They only have that one direction of attack. And I feel like that's probably the biggest downside for dogs. All right, now humans, the big boys, right? The guys who think they can do all this shit. Benefits. We have thumbs. Don't count these bad boys out. These are very important. We evolved with these for a reason. We can grab onto something and we can break it, we can twist it, we can do whatever we want. And plus we have battle IQ. We know what we can and can't do. We know, we have strategies and stuff. However, don't count out human strength. I feel like a lot of people are underestimating how strong a human can be. Now, obviously, we're not talking about like Brian Shaw, right? We're not talking about Thor, right? A lot of humans at this size have the weight advantage. Like I said, that's probably my biggest thing. I outweigh even the biggest dog breeds by probably 100 pounds at least. Disadvantages. We are pretty slow compared to a dog, at least. Even reaction time, we're slow compared to dogs. Disadvantage, we don't really have any natural piercing ability. We don't have our canines very much anymore. We don't really bite too much. We don't have claws. We don't have big old fingernails anymore. We don't have our massive strength that we had from the monkey days or anything like that. We're just kind of intelligent flesh bags. We don't have any fur to protect ourselves from bites or scratches. We're just kind of, intelligent things with thumbs. Now, obviously, there's probably a lot more little things, nuanced things, but that's going to get you through tier 3. If you think you can beat one of these dogs and you're confident about it, I don't blame you. I'm still with you. I think if you put, especially something big and slow like a Great Dane against me, I got that thing no problem. That thing's half horse. Lastly, we get to tier 4, the biggest tier. This is for the goddamn shiny Pokemon. The ones that are absolutely huge. Not only huge in height, like the Great Dane is. You would think Great Dane might be on this one, but I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about working. I'm talking about size and strength. There could be a lot of dogs in this tier, but I'm just gonna focus on 3. Anatolian Shepherd, Bull Mastiff, and the dreaded Cane Corso. Now, all 3 of these dogs are very, very impressive. They are huge. And though I was going to go through all 3 of these, the one I want to focus on, because I see it the most in comment sections, is the Cane Corso. These dogs are big. They're mean. And they're hungry. Like I said, this is the dog I always see in comment sections. Oh, you might be able to beat a German Shepherd, but there's no way you're ever beating a Cane Corso, Mastiff, whatever breed. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of people aren't. This dog would be a challenge for anyone. I don't want to downplay dogs, right? I'm just if anything, I'm just ego inflating humans, right? Dogs can be vicious killers. Thousands of people die every year from dogs. That's why I really want to stress, don't try this out. It's just a goofy trend. We're just talking here. We're just having fun. It's kind of imagining yourself walking into a gas station. It's getting robbed, and you think you're going to be the big hero and subdue the enemy with your karate, and then take the gun away and hold them there as the cops get there and arrest them, and you save the day. It's kind of that same thing. You think you're going to go up to a dog, instantly grab him by the gruff on the back, and then subdue him, and then you say, "Oh, say uncle," or "why I oughta." That's kind of what we're doing right now. We're not saying this is real. We're just kind of spitballing here and having fun. However, a lot of people would die. A lot of people are gonna die if they go against a full-blown a cane corso, especially like a different breed, like a mastiff breed. I've seen a couple videos, and it even made me go like, maybe I can't beat every single dog in the world. And then we got the big kahuna, the biggest dog in the world. This guy right here, his name is Zobra. He is an Old English Mastiff, and he weighs 343 pounds. That is over 30 pounds more than what I weigh. And even though he is very big, he's probably very powerful. He probably moves just as fast as I do, saying very slow. I'm not saying this would be an easy fight. As a matter of fact, it would be the opposite. This would be one that goes down in history. This would be like, you know, David and Goliath, except it's just two Goliaths going at it and just seeing who wins. This is like, Godzilla versus King Kong. How about that? At the end of the day, dogs are furry friends, right? I mean, hopefully no one actually goes out and beat the dog. I hope not. If you beat the dogs, I'm gonna beat you up. I swear. But ever since our ancestors tens of thousands of years ago threw that meat bone at a dog because it looked at him funny, and then they kept coming around and we gave him little pets and pats, and he just decided to stick with us. Ever since then, we've had furry friends, and I love my dog, and hopefully you love your dog. And I do want to say, I'm backtracking on what I said. Even though even though I'm a big guy, I outweigh most dogs. I feel like 97% of the time I'd be able to win. But I have no doubt that if I were to ever try to fight a dog in a fair fight, I would probably slip and my neck would be exposed and I'd be dead in a second. Or I'd try to do like a grapple technique, or like, you know, try to like get in a headlock or something, get a dog in a full Nelson somehow. And then he'd just be like, what the fuck is happening? Do like a little twist to get out of it and just, but that's gonna do it for me. It was just a goofy TikTok trend that I actually hopped on for once, and there's still people arguing in that comment section. I uploaded that like 4 days ago. At this point, there's more comments than likes on that video, and it's just a lot of people saying the same thing over and over again. And at the end of the day, it's not that serious. No one's actually going to try it. No one should try it. So that's it for me. It was just a goofy TikTok trend, and I just want to throw my 2 cents in. If you like what you saw, hit like, subscribe, all that cool stuff that YouTubers say at the end of their videos. And if you decide to stick around, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Be nice to your dogs.